everyone. I can't actually believe I'm doing this because if anyone, well, any of the people that know me know that I can't cook. I really can't cook. I am absolutely dreadful. I get by, but I do eat rather a lot of jacket potatoes and toast and soup. So I thought today I would have a go at making a vegetable tart with filo pastry. Now, I follow a guy called Luke Cutler, I think his name is, and he made this in the Come Dine With Me that he did with Kate and Ewan, and I thought I would have a go because it looked fairly easy. I don't have the ingredients that he had, mine are slightly different, but I'm using red onion, courgette, tomatoes, mozzarella cheese, and I've bought the filo pastry. Now, I've never used this before in my life. I can't even believe I've got some, to be honest. I do hope it comes out okay. It's apparently something you just literally unroll, so it's in the box in a roll. You have to leave it 2 hours at room temperature. And then I know Luke just sort of rolled it out, I believe, on a greased baking sheet, which I don't have. So I'm going to improvise and just hope that this tin that I've got will work. So I'm just going to chop these vegetables, or certainly these tomatoes up. And then I'm going to aim to get the pastry into the tray, and I will show you that, okay? Okay, so I've cut all the veggies up. They look and smell so good. I love vegetables. I do veggies, I've got to admit. I love my veggies. So I'm just going to get the mozzarella out of the fridge. So let's see. So we've got the mozzarella. So I've got Creamfields mozzarella, which was from Tesco's, and it was something like 40 something pence. It was really reasonable. So never used mozzarella before, have eaten it, not used it. So I got that, and I now am going to have a go at tackling this pastry. Okay, so I've got olive oil here, extra virgin olive oil. It's by Gomo, and I know I did get that with my Tesco delivery, so I'm going to use that. I'm not quite sure whether you actually need to oil the tray that you put in the pastry on. So I'm just going to grab a bowl and pop these veggies into it. So I've got my little board to work on. Yesterday I was trying to be all organised. My daughter keeps saying to me, Mum, you know, you need to prepare, because I'm on my own. I don't worry too much about food. Well, I do eat, but you know, don't do anything very elaborate. And she said to me, do you know, if you make stuff and get it all prepared, it's going to be so much easier. So yesterday I was really pleased with myself. I did a load of potatoes, and where I'm going with this is I put them in a dish like this after they were cooked, and I thought, well, I can use those tomorrow. So there I am chatting away to her this morning, and I got something out of the fridge with one hand because I got the phone in the other, and of course the whole bowl came out and smashed all over the floor with the potatoes. So you know, the intentions were there, but hey. So do you know, my daughter, my eldest, well, both my daughters are brilliant at baking and cooking and everything. I don't know where they get it from. But my oldest daughter, you can talk to her at 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. Her veggies are all prepped for the night's meal. Honestly, I'm very proud, but they didn't get it from me. Okay, so I've got this tin, which is not the greatest. This is it. I haven't got much in the way of tins. But what I'm going to do is try and pop a little bit of oil, because I take it that's what I've got to do for this pastry. I don't know. There we go. So a little sprinkling of oil. This is probably how not to bake. So just put the lid on that, and I'll give it a little bit of a zhuzh. Oh, my tins are dreadful. Do you know, I do feel quite embarrassed at my age that I don't do this sort of stuff. But you know, I can knock up a pair of pants or a bra on the sewing machine in no time at all. But when it comes to baking, no, it's definitely not my forte. Right, I'm just going to wipe my board down. There we go, give that a little wipe, make sure that's all nice and clean. I don't know about you guys, but I've been anti-backing lately. God knows how many times a day, a lot of times a day, which is good. I mean, I always did it anyway, but you know, I'm being a little bit more careful now. And of course, I've been wiping everything down shopping wise. I think when it comes in, I've given it a bit of a once over with some anti-bac, but there we go. Okay, so I have got my pastry, which I am going to unroll and see what we can do with this. Okay, so here we are with our pastry. I'm now about to take it out of the packet. I'm a little bit nervous actually. It's madness, isn't it, really? But you know, I think with lockdown, I mean, it has been pretty awful, hasn't it? And we've still got a little way to go, but I think people have been able to, you know, try some new things or do the things that they've never had time to do, which I think has been, you know, really enjoyable. I'm quite enjoying myself here. If it's edible, that will be a bonus. Right, okay, so I'm going to unwrap it. Now, this is in, wow, this is like fine sheets. So I take it, I put the whole lot in. God, I haven't got a clue. Okay, so here we go. Now, when Luke did it, I know he folded up the sides. So I take it, I'm going to put the whole lot in because I can't think what else I would use it for, to be fair. Now, this tin is quite little compared to the size of this sheet. I think when this goes on YouTube, you're all going to be shouting at me saying, oh my God, woman, you don't do it like that. Anyway, that's what we're going to try and do. We're going to try and fold the sides like that. Let's get the box out of the way. Maybe we can put the tray there and attempt to put it in. Ooh, there we go. Right, okay, so I'm just gonna, ooh, I could pretend I know what I'm doing here, but I don't. Right, okay, I think there's probably too many sheets, but do you know what? I'm gonna go with it. It's probably a bit more that side. Well, there we go. That's some sort of pastry lining, isn't it? It's a lot thicker over that side. I might pull that over a bit. Maybe that will work. Right, there we go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my veggies straight in because I know that's what Luke did. So put all his veggies in, try and spread them out a little bit. It actually looks alright, doesn't it? Do you know, I've just realised I hadn't even put my oven on. That's the novice that I am. Well, not bad for the amount of veg, I suppose. That doesn't look too bad at all. Oh, I've got a little bit from the tomato there. So I'm just going to put my oven on. I'm putting it on 200 because, rightly or wrongly, I bake everything on 200 because I don't know any different. Right, okay, so I'm going to get my mozzarella. Now, for those of you who've used this, you probably know exactly what to do. I would imagine I have to drain this because it feels like it's all liquidy in there. Oh, drained weight. There we go. So that's an indication probably that you do have to drain it. So I'm just going to go and drain it at the side here. Sink. Oh yeah. Oh God, I'll just quickly show you. There's a lot of liquid coming out there. There we go. Right, I'll just put you back down there. Okay. Now, I think you have to actually rip this with your hands. Yep, that's what I saw Luke doing, so that's what I'm going to do. So I've obviously washed my hands, they're all nice and clean. So I'm going to get a hold, oh, it's funny, isn't it? Look at that. Okay, one moment. Okay, so here we go. We are just going to rip this mozzarella cheese and place it over our vegetables. This is how Luke did it. He just sort of put it in lumps, really, all over, because I take it melts and, oh, jumped. We'll leave that bit down there, yeah. And yeah, I take it just melts and goes all gooey. Lovely. Well, this hasn't been too difficult. I mean, you know, if it works, I'll definitely do it again. It's really good. There we go. It's a funny old texture, this cheese. Okay, so there we go. I'm just literally going to give my hands another wipe. So covered in mozzarella cheese. And I know that Luke put some olive oil and he just sort of sprinkled it over, so that's what I'm going to do now. Like that. I don't know how much you need, but there we go. I take it that's enough. Yeah, I suppose it helps it cook. So there we go. Now I'm going to pop this into my oven, and I'm going to probably just keep checking on it and make sure that, you know, it's not burning or anything, because I don't know how this pastry is going to go, but actually I think that looks quite good. I'm quite pleased with myself, to be honest. So in the oven, I am going to put it, and I will come back when it's cooked, or maybe even halfway, and show you what's going on, and hopefully I'll be able to show you a good end result. I'll see you in a moment. Okay, I'm just getting the tart out of the oven. Are you ready? Woo! There it is. It doesn't look too bad, does it? I'm quite pleased with that. I don't know what it's going to taste like, but you know, as far as I'm aware, it's all cooked. There it is. Our mozzarella, tomato, courgette and onion tart in filo pastry. I did think the edges might catch, but they didn't. That was really good, and the mozzarella cheese does look lush, I must say. So that took just over half an hour. I took it out of the oven, I think, at 32 minutes. So there we go. And that, that was a fan oven at 200, by the way. Can't believe I'm actually doing this. So there we are. I know what I'm having for tea tonight. Hello everyone, I hope you're well and I hope you're coping. Just wanted to say, well, give you my apologies really for not being on and making any videos for a little while. I can only just say to you that I just completely lost my mojo. I'm no worse off than anybody else, but I don't know, I've been a bit up and down with this whole lockdown business. I don't care about the shops or anything like that, but I do care about not seeing my family, which is my daughters and my grandsons in particular. They obviously have rung me every single day, several times a day. We always chat on WhatsApp, and thank goodness, that's just marvellous. But yeah, so basically I thought I'd better get back on and say hello to you. I was worried about my roots, my silver roots, but do you know what? I'm well, and yeah, I'll get them done probably. If not, I might I might just go with it and see what happens. But I think being dark doesn't help, and they really notice when they come through. So apologies about that. I don't normally have my hair up so severe, but I was just trying to cover those. My youngest daughter's a hairdresser, thank goodness, so that really is helpful. But anyway, so yes, as I said, I do hope you're all keeping well and keeping busy, because I think keeping busy is really essential at the moment. I know for me, if I'm doing things and speaking to my family over the phone or whatever, time goes by pretty quickly, and you know, before I know it, it's time for bed and another day. So that's not too bad. I am alone, so it, you know, it's, I know there's lots of other people on their own, and you know, it's tough. It's just not having that person to talk to, you know, that's sitting there beside you maybe, or being able to, I don't know, play a game or whatever you do, watch TV together, eat a meal together. But that's that. As I say, you know, feeling well, all good. I actually went into isolation a little bit earlier. I think it was probably about 6 weeks ago, because I had an infection on the run up to lockdown, and I have got a condition, so I did think that it might be best, as I wasn't feeling great, not to go out and go back to work and what have you. But yeah, I decided to stay at home then, so I have sort of done 6 weeks now, I think, just over, and yeah, it's quite a long time. Having said that, silver linings, my home is nice and clean, I'm very up to date with things, and I've been trying some new things that maybe I haven't done before, which is absolutely brilliant, and I'm sure a lot of people out there are doing the same. I've done all my regular stuff. I've done quite a bit of crochet, I've done a lot of digital art, and I have done some sewing, made some bits and pieces, and I've done some alterations. I hate alterations, I really do, and I put them all in a pile, and you know, I look at them and think, yep, I'll do that, but they sit there sometimes for weeks, and I've got round to doing those so I can wear the things again, which is really good. Don't know about you guys, but just thinking about clothes, I have been slobbing around a bit in my joggies and no makeup, and that I don't think is good for the soul. I think it was at the beginning. It was lovely just to kick back and not have to worry. But after a while, I did start to think, oh, I feel a bit, you know. And so just to put a bit of makeup on and, you know, do my hair. Well, I haven't done much with it today. I just put it up. But, you know, even just to have a nice bath, wash your hair, put some decent clothes on. Just make yourself feel better. Anything that helps. So yeah, so this today is, I've got to think, it's Wednesday. I have just made a tart, which it looks good. I hope it works. It's something I wanted to do. I saw on somebody else's, another YouTuber's channel. It looked amazing. It looked very simple too, and simple is good for me when it comes to cooking or baking, because I, you know, as I said earlier, I just don't really. I always eat, but I'm nothing's very fancy. So yeah, I've done that, and this afternoon I am going to make some masks, some face masks. I found some fabric that I think would work, and I'm going to have a go at that. I've also been doing some of those headband ear things that help with people that have got to wear masks, the NHS staff and carers and key workers, because sometimes they hurt the ears. So I've made some of those little crochet bands with buttons on, which I'll show you in a minute. I've also made some crochet hearts, and they are for people that can't be with their families in the hospital. So I make them in pairs, and they can go to the person that's poorly. One can go to the person that's poorly, and the other one goes with the family. So there's a connection there, which I thought was an absolutely lovely idea. So I've made some of those. And yeah, as I said, it's just keeping busy. I think that is absolutely key to all of this. I think we've got another couple of weeks now, or certainly at least another couple of weeks. So yeah, so I'm just going to get the little things that I've made, the little hearts and the little ear things, and I will show you. So these are some of the things that I've been making. These are the little crochet ear thingies, and I've done them in 2 sizes. So basically the elastic goes around the ear and then over this button here and that side, just so it gives some relief on the ears, and that's what I've been told. So I made some of those, and I've done some pink ones there which I haven't put the buttons on yet, so I'm going to do those and make some more. These are the hearts, the little crochet hearts, which are absolutely lovely to make. And as I said, they're sort of split, and one goes to family and the other one goes to the person in hospital. And then there's a connection there, and I think that's a lovely idea. So what I decided to do, rather than make loads and just put them all together, I'd make them in 2s. And so, you know, I've been thinking of the people that I'm making them for, and I want them to stay connected and stay together. So yeah, they're ready. I've got a good friend that works in the NHS, lovely Emma. She's doing a wonderful job, and hopefully she's gonna take these for me when I've made a good few more. So there we go.